on Get Up. And yesterday, the sight was still bizarre for all of us. Jeff Saturday on the sideline and Matt Ryan back under center for the Colts. And then it's Jonathan Taylor off to the races.
This offensive line for Indy was a different unit yesterday, firing off the football. Then Jonathan Taylor looked like the Jonathan Taylor of old.
And so they go for the 2 and don't get it. So the Colts lead the Raiders 19-14. To the fourth quarter we go. Jeff is excited. Receive it. Devontae Adams finding space and taking it in.
Yeah, really good climb in the pocket by Derek Carr. He finds the in-breaking route by Devontae, who comes back to the ball, and then he's special with it in his hands at the end.
They go for the 2 and don't get it. So it's 20-19 Raiders. Then it's Matt Ryan. What do we call him, RC?
Matty flying. I see you, Matt. It's like Matt playing out there. Red bottom. See, Greeny. Watch the cutback. Get up there.
It's not Matt Ryan. It's
Rex Ryan.
That's what it was. 39 yards. Then Paris Campbell, 35 yards, touchdown.
Yeah, inside slant run away from coverage, and all of a sudden the Colts have a lead.
25-20. They go for the 2 and don't get it again. Fourth down now. Raiders. Final chance. Carr looking for Devontae. Some contact. No call. No touchdown. Ball game. Jeff Saturday wins his controversial coaching debut. Let's go inside the Indy locker room after the game.
It's been a tough week, but we believe and we know in who you are, Jeff. And congratulations. I know you will treasure this, my brother.
Appreciate you. We all getting balls. Everybody's getting a game ball, man, because we all put it in. Everybody gets a game ball. And my favorite thing about football, Victory Monday. We'll see y'all.
All right. So
I'll be honest now. You want to win the locker room?
That's a coach.
Do you want to win the locker room?
He just gave them the day off for those who don't know what that means. Okay, there's so many things I want to react to in here quickly. First off, every one of us loves Jeff Saturday. No one who's ever met Jeff Saturday doesn't love Jeff Saturday. It doesn't mean everyone feels good about the way this thing turned out. Yeah. And Rex is a longtime coach. I know you feel that.
Yeah, no, I just, it's weird because I think the hire is what I scratch my head on, especially the timing of it. And to me, I just know the work that I had to put in to get a job like that. I was blessed to get an opportunity to see guys like a Mike Westhoff, who coached for 50 years, to see, you know, a whole list of guys that have put in the time, put in the work, and you're sleeping in the office 2-3 times a week and not to get it. This doesn't look like it's hard to do because Jeff steps in, he's in a role, and it doesn't look as difficult as it is. Being a head coach in the NFL is unbelievable how hard it is. But I'm happy for Jeff because you're right. There's nobody that can say a bad word about Jeff Saturday. And I certainly don't look down on Jeff for accepting the job. But I can't tell you how many calls I got on saying, this is ridiculous. It's a slap in every coach's face. I love what Jeff Saturday said, though, later. He talked about empowering his assistant coaches, empowering his players. He knows he can't do the head coaching thing right now, but I think I saw a little more fight and a little more spirit in that Indianapolis Colt team than I had the whole season.
Oh, by the way, they let him play a quarterback who's actually capable of playing quarterback. That's a whole other thing. A quick thought from you, RC.
Yeah, first off, I actually felt pride watching that. Like, I'm happy for dude. And I was happy that he got the job. And I'm going to tell y'all this, too. If they call RC next week and they want RC to go coach somewhere and they going to pay me to be a head coach, I'm finna go. Yeah. Straight up. And he should have taken the job. But on the other side of that, it's the hiring process, right? It's understanding what a lot of men have been told are the reasons they are not capable of getting jobs, that they don't have the requirements for getting jobs. But for Jeff Saturday to go out there and win the game, it helps when the owner is your friend. Right? He hired his friend. Jeff Saturday went into his friend's office and says, I can't win with Sam. I need to play Matt Ryan. And he said, you know what, friend? Do it. Yeah. And that's how they go out and win a game.
Look, I'm just going to say this to every owner in the NFL. Stop taking my guys. Okay, it's one thing you got, Jeff. Don't take him. Don't take him. I can't have this.
Don't listen to him.
Having said that, if you have not yet heard Derek Carr after this game, I'm not sure how many times you've heard an NFL player with comments like these after the Raiders fell to 2-7.
I'm just pissed off about some of the things, you know, that a lot of us try and do just to practice what we put our bodies through just to sleep at night. And for that to be the result, of all that effort pisses me off. Pisses a lot of guys off. It's hard knowing what some guys are doing. Like I said, just to practice what they're putting in their body just to sleep at night. Like just so we could be there for each other. And I wish everybody in that room felt the same way about this place. And as a leader, that pisses me off, if I'm being honest.
Wow. So it certainly sounds like he's suggesting not everyone on the team feels as committed as he does and as others do.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how I took it. And to me, and I know RC and I differ on this, but I think it's one of the most powerful things that I've seen a guy have the courage to say, because it's not good to finger point at your teammates, but unless you think something drastically needs to get better. And if guys are okay with losing, if guys are okay by not putting in maximum effort, to me, that I think is what he's talking about.
Let me get Danny in here. I haven't heard from you in a little bit. What did you think of what Derek Carr said?
Well, I think, first of all, in Las Vegas, you're going to have to choose the quarterback or the coach. Because right now the coach can't get it done. They've got 2 wins, Denver and Houston. So you're going to have to choose between the guy you paid at quarterback or the head coach. It feels like Derek Carr is saying the investment by everybody in that locker room isn't the same. So therefore, the lack of return isn't felt the same as well. The pain of the defeat isn't as stinging as it is for people like him or those who are as committed or putting in as much as he is. And therefore, there's a lot of question marks about what's going on with all 53-plus guys in that room.
Derek Carr proved his leadership last year in one of the toughest years any organization has ever had. And when Derek Carr began talking, I was listening to him, and I was like, oh, that's every football player. Like, you know what I had to put my body to do?
Yeah.
You know how many Saturday mornings I couldn't walk downstairs and let people in my door, but I still went out and played Sunday? That made sense to me. I was like, nah, you're just telling people what football is like. But then when he says what some of the guys are willing to do just to go to sleep, just to get on the field, I wish everybody felt that way. Now we're talking about a separated locker room that last year was one of the most together locker rooms in the entire NFL through difficult circumstances. There's an issue in Las Vegas, and it starts at the top with Josh McDaniels, because with all they went through last year, Rich Bisaccia and Derek Carr had this team together, and now you can't? That's a problem.
Yeah, we'll have more on this as we go. I'm up against it here, but again, that was powerful. No question about it. In the meantime, best game of the year, Bills, Vikings, Justin Jefferson's catch, Josh Allen's interceptions. We'll tell you what it all means for everybody. Come on, Rex. The cheering has already begun for Rex. Here we go.
This is easy, Rex.
Jefferson is one of 2 players to average 90 receiving yards per game for his career. Who is the other? You'll find out next.
Dunk on him, bow time.